Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going over the tour series for the Peninsula Corridor with the F40PH-2 cat, Nippon Chariot cab car, GP38-2, MP36 bi-level cab car, and MP15DC. So let's get into it. First off, for the F40PH, you're going to want to open this door and climb inside. Then close it. Your driver's stand is visibly, you can see the driver's stand here, but we'll get back to the driver's seat in a second. So first, you're going to want to set this to start, stop, isolate, and then hold this so it starts. And once it's started, you can put that back to run. And then you can shut down the engine as well with this giant red button. Over here, you got front marker lights that turns on like red lights on top of the train. It's like up there by the number lights. And you can turn these on too. Idle switch, I don't think you need to mess with that. Headlight control could stay the same. But like if you can change this, but I suggest keeping it on signal unit or intermediate unit. Over here, got head end power. You're gonna want that to be put to normal. Well, actually, you want this off. Turn it on. And put that to normal. In case the engine shuts down. Yeah. And then just put that to run. So yeah. Then you got standby. Don't know why it shuts down on me every time. So until it stops that revving noise, just let it go and then it'll start. So yeah. Then you got this train line set up, but I don't think you need to worry about that. But if you do, then you can just switch this up and stuff like that. Down here, you got a heating control, but it's not interactable. The switch isn't interactable either. But you do have an emergency brake valve. Over here, you got a cab light. And you got a sun visor for particularly sunny days. Over here, I don't think this is anything to worry about, but here you got wipers. You can manually control it, but yeah, right here I believe. Here, no, that's not it. It's somewhere around here. No, I don't wanna. Thank you. Here's a non-interactable sun visor. Here's the driver's sun visor. Here's your speedometer. Down here you got a fire extinguisher and whatever the heck these are. Head over here. Open the fuse cabinet. Here you got a lot of things. The main battery is usually on, but if it's off, then your engine's shut down. So clearly you just gotta put that back to start, stop, isolate, and just hold that till it stops revving. But yeah, that's the only thing interactable on the left side. Now let's move over here. Ditch lights, and headlights. If those are off, you need those on. They are really important. Alerter control. This is your alerter for the F40. If it goes off like a horrendous beeping sound, I'll go over that in a second. Radio, you can turn that on. Alerter is not that hard. All you gotta do is if you hear a beeping noise, I'll show you in a second. So yeah. That's about it in the fuse cabinet. So let's go to the driver's seat. Once you sit down, your controls are clearly visible. First off, you're gonna want to turn these on. There we go. Over here, you can turn on your gauge lights and your step lights. Gauge lights will pop on once you hit the gauge light switch. Here, you're going to want to put this to leader dead or trail 24 or 26. If that is on, I think it'll go off after we set up the train. So yeah. Here you can cut on your brakes and you can release that. I suggest putting that on holding because you're probably gonna want that on holding whenever you're sitting anyway. I get a red signal in a station in case you start rolling backwards. Here you got headlights front. You got so these are the front marker lights here. I'll demonstrate them in a minute. Oh, that's the rear headlights. Yeah, I'll demonstrate that in a second once we get over the Nippon Chariot. So here you got dim, bright, and bright and cruising. Here you got your sand and lead truck. Over here you got the alerter. So if you ever hear like a horrendous beeping sound, just push this and it'll go off. So yeah. Here's your ditch lights pulse, but once you sound the horn, which is right here, this will be pressed once and then your ditch lights will keep flashing, but it's really hard to see for some reason, so yeah. Here you got your reverser, put that in and then set that forward. You can release that. Down here is your independent brake / locomotive brake. Hold this and bail off until the brake cylinder releases. Once the brake cylinder releases all its brakes. Oh, okay. Let's see. Did we not set it up properly? Okay, there you go. So you gotta hold it down for a few seconds. So yeah. You can put that to leader dead. As you see, that's off. It just wouldn't cooperate there. I thought something was off because I had all my auxiliary switches on. Then you can just apply power. Also, here's your window. Same goes for the other side. And your wipers, I think are right here. Yeah, right there. Okay, that's good to know. Same for that side, I believe. Yep. So you got your wipers on the bottom for your conductor side, and the wipers on top of the driver's side, and the cab light here as well. Then you can apply a small amount of power, and then you'll be moving. That basically concludes this tutorial of the F40. Now let's move on to the Nippon Chariot cab car. Also, I forgot to show you the bells down here. So yeah, and your horns up here. Why do I keep forgetting? Alright, now let's really move on. Right, so we're on the Nippon Chariot Gallery cab car. First off, you're gonna want to go in the door, but I suggest going through the passenger door because it's much easier. And then you can just close the doors, and then your doors will close. Over here, this is not the driver's side, this is the conductor side. Probably might as well go over it. So you got a blind in case it's like sunny and stuff. Got a window. Down here you got emergency brake valve. Down here you got a cab light switch. Then that's about it. You also got a blind here. Here's your wiper. Here's a wiper valve too. So yeah. That's about it for the conductor side. We can move on. You can climb down these stairs. Also, make sure these doors are closed. Then you climb up this side. Then you close the door. It's very cramped on this side. Like it's very tight. So yeah. Got a blind. You got some windows. This can be used for sunny days along with this. So you could sit in the driver's position. What you're gonna want to do, make sure this is on. To open the doors, there's no actual button in the cab. You just have to go down here. And then you can insert the passenger door key, turn it on, open the left, and there you go. While passengers are boarding, you can simply head back up to continue setting up the cab. Sit back down. Now, over here, you got another cab light. But you're gonna want to make sure these auxiliary systems are on. Auxiliary systems are on. Also make sure you head to the back of the train at the F40PH-2 cat. F40s in Trains World only run with the Nippon Chariots. Head and power turns on those passenger coaches, so yeah. Turn on the passenger coach lights and air conditioning and etc, etc. The cab car is a bike car, the rest is a luggage car. So yeah, we're at the F40. As you see, the lights, make sure the lights are off. Climb in. Oh well. Make sure this is trail 24. Make sure this is cut out. Make sure this is handle off. Make sure all these are off. Make sure there's no reverser in. And make sure the throttle's off along with the dynamics. Make sure everything is off in here besides the lights. Once everything's off, you can turn on the front marker lights. And that'll turn those on up there, if you can see. Yeah, I know it's very bright. But yeah, let's head back to the passenger car, cab car. So yeah. Once you head back in, passengers might be done boarding, but you're not finished setting up. So I suggest you just keep setting up the cab, and then you'll be ready. Remember, you could set this up either way. You could head to the F40 first and set up your cab car first, and then open the doors, or you could simply open the dispatch menu, unlock left, and yeah, and then you can just set up here. And then head back to the F40. If you're on keyboard though, you can hit Control plus to switch between the cabs. So yeah. Down here you got crossing lights, defroster, which is like in the winter times. Marker lights, turn on your red lights here. Look. Marker lights, turn on those red lights. But if the F40PH is running forward, like if it's going from San Francisco to San Jose, make sure your marker lights are off, or on, I mean. Yeah. Like if the train is running backwards, like the F40PH is leading it, just make sure these are on. Gauge lights, you can turn those on. And you can put the headlights to bright. It's pretty bright for some reason. Panel light dimmer, that's your gauge lights. If it's 100%, that means it's full brightness. If it's 0, that means the brightness is off. So if it's lower than 100, it's dimmer than 100%. You had an attendant call. And communication signal. Here you got a bail switch. Here's your horn. You can insert this, set it to forward. Here you could cut in the brakes and put this to holding. Here's your bell, dynamics, and then throttle. So yeah, that's basically it. Also here's the speedometer, and down here for our side here, wipers are here. And of course you got your manual wiper thing. But yeah, let's head down the stairs and then close these doors. So you're gonna want to make sure to close the left. Turn that off and then insert it. And same goes for this side. Yeah. Of course you can use the dispatch menu. It's up to you. head up the stairs, and then you can head back in here, and then you can release the brakes and apply some power. And there you have it. That is it for the Nippon Chariot and the F40PH. Now let's move on to the UP GP38. Alright, here we are with the GP38-2 Union Pacific. So first off, you're going to want to head up here and head into the cab to get started. Also, a reminder that bars on the trains, like between the train and the coaches or the cars, they're the couplers, so yeah, I won't be going over the locations of them. Pretty obvious. Like here, the coupler's right here. So yeah, you gotta look out for bars and stuff. First, you're gonna want to set this to start, stop, isolate. You're gonna want to head back here and unlock the latch and open the engine room. Here, hold the prime for about 5 seconds. And you can start the locomotive. Now that the locomotive is ready, put this back. Also put that on. Here you got your warning devices. But I wouldn't have it on if I were you, because I don't think this makes a beep. So yeah. You got your number lights for front, not the rear, because all they are, I'll show you. They're just these things right here. They would have been right there, but they're down here. So yeah. You can put these on as well. Down here, got an emergency brake valve and a heater control. Your cab light. Now, if you see these little knobs, they're like the wiper valves. So yeah, I'll show you. So yeah. And of course, you got your manual wiper handle. Same here. This handle knob thing controls this one. Got sun visors in here. The middle wipers are right here, right at the driver's window. And of course you got a wiper valve here. This one controls this one. This one controls this one. Got a cab light here as well. And then 2 sun visors. So yeah. Got some windows. Here you turn on the auxiliary systems. You can actually go. If it's white, I don't think you can roll, but I don't know why, but it says like you can't roll at all, but it does like you could. Here you go, headlights for the front. Dim, medium, bright aux. So yeah. You don't want to have that at bright aux if you're going forward, or dim when you're going backwards. Dim or off, but I like it having it at dim. Your rear headlights, same as front. Dim, medium, bright aux. Here you can put this to freight. Passenger isn't really going to be used, so yeah. Put that to release. Make sure your locomotive brake is on though, just so it can hold the train. Turn on your gauge lights and your step lights. Dynamics are here. Reverser handle here. Put that to forward. You got your sand, lead sand and normal sand down here. Your horn. And your bell down here. After a certain amount of times you honk the horn, I think it just stops for some reason. So yeah. Up here's EOTD emergency. So yeah. Headlight controls and stuff like that. So make sure down here you got a handbrake. Make sure that's released. Come back in, and you can release this. So yeah, and you're good. That's it with the GP38. Now let's move on to the MP36. Alright, so I am on the MP36PH now. First off, you're going to want to enter this door right here and climb in. And now that you are in, you can put this on, but I'd suggest leaving it off. So yeah, here you got step lights and ground lights. First off, you're going to want to make sure the battery is on. Put the start, stop, isolate, and hold it in start. Hold up a minute here, guys. Let me hold it here for 10 seconds. So apparently it might not be good yet. I might have done something wrong here. So maybe you gotta turn on HEP. So I think I've done it here. So yeah. In the fuser's cabinet, you can turn on the radio and the alerter control. So yeah. There you go. Right. Over here you got a fire extinguisher and a window. Reading light, emergency brake valve, a first aid kit. Over here you got wipers. So yeah, there is no manual wiper. It'll just stop by itself. Sun visor like usual. So yeah. Oh wait a minute. Oh yeah. Sun visor, so yeah. And then driver's side. Here is an actual security camera to watch the driver, I think. Turn on your engine run, generator field, and control pump. Front marker lights, like the F40PH. You turn on the red lights, gauge lights, and yeah. Sidewall heater, gauge brightness, TMS test. Train line setup. Like I said, I don't think you need to mess with that. Cab lights, up here. So yeah. Now you are ready. You can sit in the driver's position. First off, you're gonna want to make sure that you have your front headlights on. This is dim. This is medium. That was bright, and that's bright in cruising. And then your rear headlights, I think, are for running solo. Reading light, by mean solo, like the logo mode of itself. Stand, ditch lights, pulse. Like I said, F40PH, it automatically goes when you sound the horn. The ditch lights will start flashing, but you can actually see it. It's not like the F40, you can barely see it. So yeah, up here you got your wipers as well. Now you can put in your reverser, set it forward. Gonna put this passenger, put that to release down here. If I can get to it. I don't think you can. So what you're gonna want to do, go to interior cameras, then HEP panel, no. Engineer's feed, there we go. Put that to leader dead. So yeah. Right. Am I doing something wrong now? Ah, there we go. There you go. Okay, there we go. Just making sure. Dynamic brakes are actually your throttle, so that you can technically call the throttle dynamic slash throttles controller if you want. But I just call it a throttle because why not? Same with the conductors. You got the window, and yeah. That's about it for the MP36. So yeah. Is there a way to turn on that light there? Hold up. Might be that the emergency stop, not the emergency stab. Might actually be a way. Let's look. I don't think there's a way to turn that on yet. It might be. I might just be missing it. But yeah, might tell you in the tutorial. Speedometer's down here too, along with the brake and stuff like that. So yeah. Let's move on to the bi-level cab car. Also a reminder, the bell is right below the horn on the MP36. It's that little white rectangle that's orange, so yeah. Alright, so here we are with the bi-level cab car. First off, you're going to want to find the nearest door, which can be this door right here. Or not. Okay, so why not? Okay, that's fine. So you have to go through the passenger door. You can shut it, and then you come up here, and yeah. So now you're gonna want to sit in the driver's position. First off, you're gonna want to press the engine run. Then make sure the cab key is on. These lights will come on, and so will the gauge lights here. Door control is up here. Open the doors. Up here are your marker lights. So if this is the opposite side of the train, and the MP36 is leading it, then you can turn these on up here. So yeah. But if the bi-level cab car is leading, you want to go to the MP36, and then turn on the front marker lights. As you see here, those turn on, and yeah. Here you can insert the reverser, put it to forward, turn on your auxiliary systems. Yes, this does have auxiliary systems. You got your headlights, so yeah, you got your cab lights and your console lights, which are the gauge lights, and a cab heater, but that's probably never going to be used because how hot California is, so yeah. If you don't want people creepily stalking you, you can just close it. There. This door control is not interactable, so yeah. Because this might be, yeah, this is second man's seat, and it's not really used. Hi, creepy women. You get twins. So yeah. And you can shut the door and turn that off to assembly. So yeah. Wipers here. And wiper for the other side, I believe. But yet again, they're not manual, so yeah, if you turn it on, then it's staying where you stopped it at. Reset is your acknowledge button. Speaking of which, back here you got a circuit breaker, strobe lights. This is pretty unique. So yeah, if your ditch lights are flashing, then those will start flashing too. So yeah. Yeah, and PCS and stuff like that are your safety systems. So yeah. You can close that. Sun visor here, or blind is what they call it apparently. So yeah. Over here you got your engine run and engine stop. Down here you cut in the brakes and then release this. So yeah. Here's your headlights. Here. Dim and aux, or yeah, dim and aux. Dim, bright and aux, and then off. So yeah. Here you got park and brake and door enabled right, door enabled left, and then sand. So yeah. I think that's it for the cab car. So yeah, I have no idea, to be honest, where the emergency brake valve is. So if you press it, it's kind of your fault, because there's no releasing that, sadly. But if you do know what it is, please comment below so I know the next time. Because I had to keep doing that cruising the bay scenario like 5 times, and it was pretty annoying. But yeah, down here, bell, horn. So yeah, and that's about it for the cab car. So yeah. Also, same thing for the MP30 from the MP36. This is basically dynamic brakes as well. So yeah, and yeah, that's about it. So that's it, and yeah, let's move on to the MP15. Alright, now we're on the MP15, which is the final one. So yeah, this Peninsula Corridor is pretty big, if you buy all the add-ons and stuff. So yeah, let's enter the cab. First off, you're going to want to put this to start, stop, isolate, and then prime it. Let go, and start it. There you go. Once it starts, you'll hear it, so yeah. Down here is your platform lights and your headlight control. And your isolation, you should put that to run once you start it up. Your emergency brake. Aux sidewall heater. Sun visor. Both sides. And of course the back. Here's your back door too. So yeah, now you can sit in the engineer's seat. Here, turn on your auxiliary systems. Down here are the gauge lights, so you can turn those up. And your number lights and your step lights. Down here, put this passenger or freight, because this runs ballast trains as well. So yeah, this is automatic. Locomotive brake. Put this to leader dead. Turn on your radio. Front lights. Signal lights are your ditch lights. So yeah, front lights with ditch lights. Dim, medium, bright. So if your signal lights are front, and once it's bright, the signal lights will turn on. So yeah, put it to rear, which is the long hood end. Dim, medium, bright, and your ditch lights. So yeah, put your reverser in to your direction of choice, and your sand is down here. Horn is up here. And your bell is down here. Service selector. But yeah, that's about it for the Peninsula Corridor Tour Series. Oh yeah, where's your wiper handles? Your wiper handle thing. Your wiper valve. That's what it is. and it's not manual, so it's gonna go where it's gonna go. So yeah, that's about it for this tour series. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications to be notified of a future upload. If you do subscribe, you can become part of the first 100 subscribers club and awesome squad. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. So later, guys. Bye.